Hello everybody, this is Ronja with Englobe Me. I am outside today. As you can tell, it is fixing to be sunset. Ta-ta, in beautiful Folkestone. I hope you can hear me well enough. I will double check before I post this. Obviously, it is a bit windy. However, there is a reason why I'm out so late. And as you can tell, there's a little magpie sitting there on the beautiful balcony that I'm going to walk towards now. Hoping not to disturb it so much, but I'd like to have a beautiful view while I'm talking to you today about another key of the 7 keys to happiness. So, one of the reasons that it took me a while today to take this video and then to post this video is that I would like to talk about mindfulness and meditation. So what do I mean by mindfulness? Wait, there's a better view here. Let's see. Isn't it gorgeous? Mindfulness means to actually pay attention to what you need, what your emotional body needs, what your physical body needs, as well as what your spiritual body needs and your mental body. So today's been a long day of online teaching for me already. I did practice my joy that I talked about yesterday in the first key to happiness, which means that even if you have to do chores or work or things that do not exactly rock your boat, that are not the most blissful thing in your life, try and just find one aspect at least to appreciate about it, to enjoy. And I love teaching, so even if there were any annoying students, just the fact that I'm allowed to teach makes me happy. So there would be a joyful moment that I soaked in, that I reminded myself of, and then more joyful moments happened because that's what I attracted. In previous experience, if I may mention that would have meant that the behavior of the students might have changed or similar things. We suddenly turned class discussion when I was still teaching at college to a topic that I seriously enjoyed. You know, when you focus on joy, more joyful things come into your life. So, mindfulness. I thought first about maybe sitting down and doing a meditation with you, but then again there are plenty of meditations on my YouTube channel already that you can access for free. So I decided it would be more useful to talk about mindfulness. What does it mean to be mindful? I talk about that as well in my Master Meditation in 7 Simple Steps course, but it's always worth repeating because it is really fairly easy to be mindful. And what that means really is to be present in the moment. Similar to the concept of joy that I talked about yesterday, being in the moment simply means to be present. So on a physical level, that would mean to just really, when you step outside, for instance, like I did just now, what does it feel like to feel the wind on your skin? And instead of rushing down with your thoughts and following, oh my God, I should have dressed warmer, I might catch a cold, I might catch this virus that we refuse to talk about here in these videos, or whatnot. Stop, breathe, come back to the wind. What does it feel like on your skin? The sun. Don't look straight into it, but isn't it beautiful to behold the sun beyond the mist? Let your mind wander, but don't cling on to the thoughts. Be mindful of what kind of light the sun sheds. It is almost twilight. It's one of the most favorite times of the day for me, really, and I absolutely love it. On an emotional level, what does it feel like to be outside? Does it give you a sense of freedom? What does a sense of presence mean in this particular moment? Paying attention to what you actually do. So holding up this phone, and I don't have a selfie stick, which might be a good investment at some point when I continue doing these videos outside, I notice my arms are getting a bit sore. I don't often hold things up in front of me that much anymore, so I notice it. It's quite interesting. I don't judge the sensation. It's like, oh, this is painful, I need to stop. I just notice. I'm being mindful. My voice too. When I get excited, I start talking faster, and then I stumble over my words, and you might not be able to hear me properly. So I breathe. I'm mindful of my voice. I'm mindful of my breathing. Breathing is such an important thing. Just being mindful of your breath and giving your body the opportunity to stop stress responses, which are natural and built into our hardwiring as a human being, is such a valuable thing to do. And because of the polyvagal theory, it is so easy for humans to consciously breathe, really, to give our parasympathetic nervous system the chance to stop any stress response. And we all know that the world is stressful enough. It's like we cannot escape it. But we can be aware of it, we can be mindful of it, and we can be smart enough to remind ourselves, and of course it's practice, to just breathe and relax into the moment. So I'm mindful of just being here, and there's one of the stray cats just walking along the pathway down there. Let's see if I can catch it. I hope you could see it. I don't know. I'll have to check when I actually upload this video. And let me see if I can possibly put this down. But I still have to hold up my hand so that the wind doesn't get into the microphone too badly. And then maybe I can elegantly lean on here. Because really this is a bit too low. Take a decent video of me. Yeah, I'm back. So, mindfulness. How about you try it just right now? Preferably do that when you're in a safe space. Don't do that necessarily while driving, even though mindfulness can be done with anything that you do. But the chances of you drifting off and not paying attention properly are pretty great. So maybe try that while doing the dishes. Like actually feel what the water feels like when you do the dishes. What does the soap feel like in the water? What does the sponge feel like? Or the brush? Do the plates actually feel clean? What do they feel like when there's soap on them? What do they feel like when they are rinsed properly? Do everything with complete attention. And the more you focus on what you're doing and all the sensations involved, the more mindful you become, the more relaxed you become. And the more you allow yourself to be relaxed in the moment, the more you will realize when you think about it that every moment is perfect in its own way. When you manage to not worry about the future, when you manage to not resent the past, or rehash past arguments, or practice arguments and discussions and fights that may or may not happen in the future, your life will become much more peaceful and much happier. So practice these things like dishwashing or while you're in the shower. Really start feeling again what it feels like when you touch your body, when you put soap on it. We do so many things just with little to no attention anymore because we're so busy thinking about the day ahead of us or all the chores that we have to do that we even forget to enjoy the fact that we have a shower, that there's hot water running over our bodies, warming us, giving us this lovely sensation of standing in this little circle of rain, which I personally love showers more than baths, exactly for that reason. Become aware of these things and notice how happiness increases in your life just by being more and more mindful. And if you notice that your body requires something that the outside world would forbid at any given point. Maybe now, with all the lockdowns and working from home and whatnot, is the right moment to explore things. So while in your office, usually you're not necessarily allowed to just sit down on a chair, lock your office door, and take 5 for a power nap. Try that at home. Just sit on the couch, count yourself backwards from 10 into a state of relaxation. Really enjoy the process. Be mindful of your breathing, of your body. Be in the moment. Do that for 5 minutes. Set yourself a timer and see what a difference that makes for your relaxation. And then when you come out of that again and engage with the world, go back to work, do your chores, notice how much more invigorated and centered and calm and stress-free and relaxed and happy you are. Okay, well, this is it for today. I don't want to go much more than 10 minutes every day, so we can actually fit it in, because some of it is still kind of crazy getting adjusted to things. Just give it a try. So practice your joy, practice your mindfulness, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.